tonight are on the broad road that leads to destruction. And tonight, I would say with Moses, I would say with Joshua, turn, repent, choose God, serve Him, live for Him. That is the message of God tonight to this great audience of people at Yankee Stadium.
I see revival coming to planet Earth, maybe as never before. It will be untold numbers, an untold, uncounted multitudes that will be saved. The dead will be raised. The arthritic will be healed. Cancer will be healed. No disease will be able to stand before God's people, and that it would be a worldwide situation.
There's a church that doesn't just know about God, they know God. They don't just believe in His power, they carry His power. God will shake the United States of America one last time, not by might, not by power, but by my Spirit.
Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Adalis and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcasts. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day, but we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a masks and social distancing 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today, when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Sorry.
For Check the Markets on Friday. What's today? June 5th? June 4th? Somewhere on there. June
We don't know.
4th,
We don't know, Pat.
2021. We got some great things today. Index. What are indexes? NFT, DOGE. Whole bunch of things. So we're excited.
I've got my notebook out. I got my iPad. That's my notebook. And I'm ready to ask you some dumb questions.
All right.
Are you ready for them?
I am ready.
Okay, great. For everybody that is new to this show, this is Check the Market with Patrick Franz. He's German, and he was born and raised in...
Born in Germany, raised in Kenya.
Oh, I thought you were born in Kenya. My bad. Good to know. Good fun facts.
Yeah.
He was born in Germany, raised in Kenya. So he's an African.
Yes. My father was born there.
Your dad was in Kenya?
Yeah.
Interesting. So we are opening it up for phone calls in the moments to come. So for me, there is no stupid question. Do you agree? Maybe
Yes.
there is. Maybe deep down inside, Patrick's saying there is a stupid question, and you ask them all the time. But we are here. We've got notebooks in hand, and we are ready to learn. So if you have a question, I want you to ask it. And in the moments to come, we're going to put a phone number up so that you could call and we could hear your beautiful voice. So if you have not yet shared this broadcast, I want you to do so. Invite the people because, y'all, we need a better understanding of finances as believers. So, Pat, take it away.
All right. Let's put up the first article, and let's actually do the jobs report, since that was... May jobs report came out this morning, 8:30 a.m. Economy adds back 559,000 jobs. Unemployment rate fell to 5.8%. It was short of the estimate, but it's still heading in the right direction. So that's good news. Let's, next article. All right, so Bitcoin 2021 in Miami is going on this weekend, and Miami's mayor is all for it. This is why Miami's mayor bought Ethereum under $1,500. Let's see the article. With Bitcoin and Ethereum still in recovery, Miami is in the spotlight. Oh, market's open.
Oh, my gosh. You scared the crap out of me.
Let's take a look here, see where we're at.
Jeez. Focus, Adalis. Wake up.
Got to refresh.
Hot dang.
S&P is up 19 points. The Dow is up 108 points.
We're going to ask some good questions here in the moments to come. Go ahead.
And the NASDAQ is down 140 points, if this thing is correct. And the Russell 2000 is all down about 18 points. All right, let's see that article again. Bitcoin conference. Some of the most prominent figure from the crypto space will attend and discuss the past, present, and future of the industry. Miami's highest public authority and mayor, Francisco Suarez, has been trying to increase the attractiveness of this city as a technological hub. Thus, Suarez has been meeting with many representatives. Keep going. In an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box, Suarez said that the energy coming from the Bitcoin 21 conference is off the charts and classified this year's edition as the largest ever. Around 50,000 people will attend. Miami is one of the first cities in the U.S. to announce plans to include Bitcoin in its balance sheet, give a crypto payment option to its employees. Isn't that interesting?
Okay.
Suarez said to fulfill this plan, some legal hurdles must be tackled. But I think that is very interesting that a city, an actual like city in the U.S. would offer this as an option.
Why?
Because we've seen it with because it's moving into government.
Is that a problem?
It could be a problem in the future, but
I don't
think,
like that though.
I think it's interesting. Pull up the article with Ron Paul.
He's been in a
Ron Paul wants Bitcoin totally legalized to compete with the dollar and let the people decide. let's take a poll in the comments and see. Would you rather Bitcoin or the US dollar?
How would it be able to compete with the dollar?
To just make it as like a current, like you can use it.
Oh, so you could pick either or is what it's saying.
So if you want to get paid in Bitcoin, you get paid in Bitcoin. If you want to keep getting paid in dollars, just like the mayor of Miami wants to do. So basically, pick and choose which currency you want. A currency that's backed.
So that's like never gonna happen.
Currency
right?
that's backed by nothing, or a currency that's backed by nothing. So.
Right.
Your pick. No Bitcoin. Dollar. Maddie says dollar. Bitcoin. Andrew.
Really? Lisa, absolutely. This is where that's headed to. Alabaster Jar said Doge. Some are old faithful here.
Dollar.
Ashley says she doesn't care.
Dollar.
Yeah, I'm with Bethany.
Gold bars.
I'm with Bethany. Interesting.
Isn't it? All right. Next.
Wow, I'm surprised everybody's saying dollar.
Me too. I thought that they were going to say Bitcoin for
I
sure.
thought so too.
But that's why the dollar is still the main currency in the world, is because there's such a trust in it. And then if the dollar collapses, the euro would be next because there's a trust in the euro.
Right.
Then after that, it would probably be, the yen, the Japanese yen, the Swiss franc, different currencies like that where there's more trust in them. Ross says brass.
Interesting.
All right. EU
Why does he look
opens-
like a freaking alien?
I don't know. He looks like
He looks like demonized.
he needs some like facial cleanser that doesn't make it so sweaty, I think.
I don't know. It's in his eyes. In his eyes.
They always pick
What's
they
it?
always pick the greatest pictures for him though.
Yeah, they really do. Very flattering. He looks creepy. Go ahead.
The EU opens an antitrust probe into Facebook. We were talking about that yesterday with Amazon. Was that yesterday or the day before with Amazon? Antitrust is basically they're looking into like breaking up a monopoly, and they're looking into Facebook's advertising in Europe. So I thought that was interesting, went along with what we were talking about.
I
the
like
other
that.
day.
Thank you. Somebody break up that
So-
monopoly, okay?
Mostly what comes of this is what I would call a fine or a legal bribe. So they'll end up paying like $8 or $10 billion.
So so what you're telling me is that these guys are too big to really do anything about, because ultimately he has a say in economy at this
Yes.
point, that it could really cripple the economy.
Yeah.
If he just ended up.
They would make some changes, some slight changes. Okay, so you can't do this anymore, you can't do that anymore, and here's a fine. And that's really what they're out for.
Well, that sounds like a bank to me.
Yeah. All right, next article. Digital euro to boost global appeal of European money to fight artificial currencies. So the European Union is now interested in looking at Bitcoin and all those other ones, calling them artificial currencies, which I thought was very funny because the euro is also an artificial currency. Because what is that backed by?
This
So-
is crazy. Like,
right?
what are they not understanding? It's just controlled.
Yeah.
So maybe they can say.
Yeah, it's because they control it, because the government
Right.
controls it.
Right.
and not
So,
the
so
people.
that makes it valid.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
So
that
it's
makes
like,
sense.
it's not artificial, it's real.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we talked about that the last couple of days. The U.S. was going to do that. Federal Reserve was looking at that. The Russia was looking at it, and now Europe is looking at it. So I think it's very interesting how it all how it all lines up, and they all come out with that they're going to start looking into that. It leads me to believe that it's really catching on. Cryptocurrencies is really catching on
Sure.
if they're all running scared. All right, next article. Elon Musk, right in time for Bitcoin 2021 in Miami, breaks up with Bitcoin. Cryptic tweet has some crypto bulls fearing the worst. Let's see the tweet.
Where's my fly me to the moon? It's gone, guys.
Do you have the article? All right. Cryptic tweet. Does it show the tweet? Do you have it? All right, we'll come back to that one. It was basically like a picture of two people breaking up, and so that's what he tweeted with like Bitcoin, and then like his heart broken, and it just like tanked crypto last night. So all the crypto markets are down. They're saying it's because of this. Bitcoin was down 7%.
Because of a freaking tweet?
Yeah.
Why are people so dumb?
I don't know. I don't know why people even listen to him anymore at this point. He's swung the market so many times at this point, you should just ignore him. But nobody ignores him.
Nobody ignores him.
It's King Elon, he knows what's best.
A picture? Somebody, but really, like, get that picture, because I'm curious as to what the heck is going on. And he also looks creepy. No offense, Elon. Your people call my people. Let's work out something. But you look creepy.
All right, one more.
Yeah, everything on the cryptocurrency is down.
Yeah. Do you have that one with United Airlines? There we go. There's the tweet. Bitcoin, broken heart emoji.
I don't understand.
I don't either. And then that's just like tank the market.
He must be coming up with something behind the scenes to have his own like method
Elon
of
coin.
exactly. And he's trying so hard to get the attention off of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And in the future, like,
That could be
this is my new girlfriend. You
The
know what
Tesla
I mean?
coin.
Exactly, something like that. It has to be. Because there's no reason for somebody to go out of their way to try to tank the market unless
Yeah.
there's like an ulterior motive. There's no way.
And then you can only buy a Tesla with a Tesla coin. That would actually be pretty smart.
That's probably what he's going to do, let's be honest. Because
Yeah.
everything's kind of like gearing up that way. I've never seen so many Teslas in Pittsburgh in my life.
No, they're everywhere.
They're literally everywhere.
Yeah.
So he's doing a really good job marketing and everything else. He's got something up his sleeve.
Yeah.
There's no way. Because if he could, I think with Elon Musk, once he jumped on the bandwagon with DOGE,
Yeah.
he understands the power that he actually has
Yeah.
in orchestrating a movement and then also making those fluctuations
Yeah.
in the market. So it's like, why not me come up with something and then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. And he's not allowed to do it with stocks anymore because he's on like the SEC's watch list, the Security Exchange Commission.
Okay, how do you get there?
Because he tweets about Tesla, and it would like tank the stock.
Okay.
And he's done that, or tanked, or like it shot up the stock. So he's done that a couple of times. So now he's no longer allowed to do it without lawyers approving the tweet first.
That's bullcrap.
That's the only way that he'll stay out of legal trouble.
Why would you? Oh, because it's kind
Because
of like
he owns the company,
okay. So what?
and he has such a huge platform.
But it's his company. He can say whatever he wants, and then he could,
Yes.
warn the people. Right? Would that be illegal to warn the people?
But
your
because
own.
it's publicly traded, there's certain standards you need to meet.
So you can't talk about
No.
your company
No.
when it's publicly traded.
You can talk about it, but you can't talk about it in like a way like that. Like, especially with a high profile company like Tesla. Tesla is like a darling company that everybody invests in, and it's like, so that's how you get on the watch list. So if you're a CEO of like a small company somewhere and you tweet about it, I don't think it will be that big of a deal.
Right.
Because it's not going to move. It's not going to move the stock like it does with Elon Musk, where tons of people then lose a lot of money. That's just. So he's like on their watch list. And with cryptos, they're not controlled by the SEC yet. And so he can do it with cryptos at this point.
The more we talk about this, the more uncertain I am. Is that a good word?
About cryptos?
No, about the market. Because I just think it's just, I don't know how you could liken it to, like, not even the mafia, but kind of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. And now I'm starting to feel that way about crypto.
Yeah.
That's why I just think be a good tither, y'all, because that's really what guarantees your financial security. Give your offering. That's really what's going to determine your harvest. Because everything else is just I'm a little leery. Do you know what I mean? I tread lightly. I'm not going to be ignorant, which is why I'm here, because I want to better understand what everybody's fussing about. But the more I understand, the more I'm thinking this is crazy that anybody would trust this system.
Yeah. There's people out there that, wield a lot of influence in the market.
Sure.
Like Elon Musk, and there's others like the Jamie Dimon.
Well, President Trump, you saw in his, because I don't follow Biden. He's, he can't make one coherent sentence. But with President Trump, if he did a tweet that was even kind of like, negative in just any way, the market would crash.
Yeah.
So I understood the power of that with one freaking tweet. Tweet.
But people also need to stop being so emotional.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like this is all like emotional things.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense that people are like fear-based, I think there's a terminology for crypto. It's like the greed scale. Have you heard about it?
No, I haven't heard of that.
And I don't know enough to talk about it, but I was like hearing somebody. But there's different scales of crypto, and they look at that scale to see how people are holding back. Because like right now, the greed scale is
Pretty low.
It's pretty low, I think. Yeah. And so people don't want to sell. They're holding to their coin.
Yeah.
And which leads me, there's so many questions that I want to ask, but I'm just going to let you do. But I just think like these kinds of scales have everything to do with emotions, no facts.
Yeah.
Like what Elon Musk just did right there.
Yeah.
That was a freaking meme.
Yeah.
And you're going to make the stock market like,
Who knows if it was actually him? It probably played a role, but it's interesting to see how every time he tweets something like this,
But he's calculated. He's way too intelligent to just be like popping. I'm emotional today. Like, you know what I mean? It's a calculated thing, and so it's just interesting that people could like take the bait.
Yeah.
And begin to sell and whatever. So it's all emotions.
United Airlines. United plans to buy
what the crap is that?
Supersonic planes.
Shut your face.
50 passengers, all business class. It cuts travel time down to half. So it would be like from here to Frankfurt, you'd be there in like 4.5 hours.
Shut your face.
They're going to start building them next year, test them by 2025, and then put them in service by 29. Isn't that awesome?
That is phenomenal. That
I always
thing
wanted
looks
to fly
bad.
on the Concorde.
Huh?
I always wanted to fly on the Concorde.
Sure, the
I
Concorde.
got a chance, but now look at that.
What's a Concorde?
The Concorde.
The Concorde.
Like supersonic jet.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's creepy a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, do you have to have like a mask and stuff, like equipment, or you just sit in the plane?
You
like,
can just sit in it.
Really?
Yeah.
And that doesn't do anything to your equilibrium or anything?
I'm not sure, but I just want to fly.
How could you breathe properly?
I just want to fly at that.
I'd like to see the inside of it.
They have. I'll get some pictures on the website.
That thing looks bad to the bone.
Yeah.
That thing looks fly. So 50 people can travel in it. That's it. How much a ticket? A lot.
Oh, it'll probably be like 30,000 or something like that from here to like London.
I'll have the money too, with my Dogecoin.
So I think that's interesting that companies are looking into supersonic flight again.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So United Airlines, keep your eyes on United Airlines. UAL is the ticker. All right, let's go into our stocks to research today.
Charles said it's legal gambling. I feel like that's true.
The stock market?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
I know you make decisions and
you do your research
and
exactly.
But like if you're making your money, you're gambling a little bit on the fact that like certain things are going to go in a certain way, which they're not promised to go in a certain way.
There's a risk with anything, even if you buy real estate.
Sure.
Who knows if the Department of Transportation is going to want to build a highway right through and then they do eminent domain. They're like, I know you paid $300,000, but
that
we'll
happened
give
here.
you $200,000. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No problem.
Okay. Just kick me the next time and say, shut up.
The low stock or low risk stock to research for today, Microsoft.
What?
Microsoft is the world's largest software company. It is a good long-term investment. They pay a small dividend, solid revenue growth. They're moving into the cloud space as well.
You're late.
It is a little bit expensive,
Tell me.
the stock. It's up over-
$1,000.
No, it's over $200. Over $200. 240, 248, somewhere around there. And so take a look at it, research it, see if you can buy it in the future at a better time. But I think that there's still some room for growth there. Medium stock to research, medium term, medium risk. GEF, Greif, a container packaging and land management company. They produce steel, fiber, plastic drums, shipping containers, and they also produce paperboard or cardboard containers. And I think with the growth of e-commerce, it's always a good bet on that company. It has a small dividend, pretty good revenue growth, but not anything like great. It could be a good medium-term play. I think there's maybe, you can maybe make a good $15 per share on it before you sell it. It's around $60 a share right now. High risk. It's not a stock today. It's a cryptocurrency.
Ooh.
Dogecoin.
For real?
Yes. I think that with it down 8% today, you can play the swings today for sure. Especially if there's news that comes out this weekend at the Bitcoin conference. Since it's the biggest attended one and everybody's talking about it on all the Bitcoin people are talking about it on Twitter, I think that there might be some good news that comes out that'll swing it the other direction again.
Question. You said you can play the swing. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Explain that.
So it would be like if it goes down to like 30 cents, then you buy in. Usually it rebounds a little bit, and then you sell it at 36 cents, and you make a little bit of money that way.
I see.
Yeah. So if you want to just, be a little risky today, it's basically gambling, but that's why it's in the high risk category.
That's funny. You slowly changed it. Yeah, it's pretty much that.
They have the interior pics of the boom jet. Let's see it. Look at that.
That looks like a jail to me. There is nothing luxurious. Oh, okay. There it is. Look at those windows.
Right?
Okay. I like that. I wonder can you lay down? Probably not, because you'll probably get a bloody nose.
But it's only 4 hours.
Yeah,
it's only like a 4-hour flight. That's like.
For me, I could be in a car
California.
for 40 minutes and I'm out. I'm a carceptic. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but I truly believe that I am. But that looks dope.
Yeah.
I wish it was like a little bit more zhuzhy for $30,000. I want like my feet, like a foot massager. I want like a gold, utensils.
I think
what I mean?
can move the seats because they had the controls there on the side. It looks like you'll be able to at least recline them.
That's good. That's good. And I hope that's like, some kind of exotic leather.
Yes.
Armadillo. Something crazy.
Like with the Etihad airline. Have you ever seen that? The suite?
No.
They have like a full suite that has like a sitting area, a bathroom, and a bedroom. What do they call it?
Like that's one person?
That's
like
for one
person.
Yeah. And it's the seats were designed by like the same guy that does Ferrari seats or whatever.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
Oh,
That's what I want. For that jet, that's what I want. Because if I'm spending 30 G's, somebody better come out and wow me.
All right.
What was the last one was Doge, right?
Doge, yeah.
Okay.
So it's down about 8.14% today, but it was all the way down to over 10%. So you can just play those swings and make 2%. That adds up over time.
So I was watching this documentary about crypto, Bitcoin in particular. And because I still don't understand the mining process of it.
Yeah.
And so they gave me a better understanding as to what Bitcoin is. And Bitcoin is really what it is. Like if you look at it as like a picture, right? If you go into a bank, there's safety deposit boxes.
Yeah.
They give you a key and you have access to anything that's in that safety deposit box. I'm sure you know this.
Yeah.
They give you keys to what's in there. Well, Bitcoin is the digital realm of that. And the key is this code. So you get a 64-digit code to access your box. Now, apparently, in this world, in the Bitcoin world, there's more boxes than there are atoms in the world. With the number makeup of like the possibilities of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So possibilities really are endless, but they give you that one code that matches that one box so that you can make your deposit with that box.
Yeah.
Now, when I want to use my Bitcoin, that code, the key, I have access to in this virtual deposit box.
Yep.
Now, the thing about Bitcoin that I find fascinating is that it's clear. So there's in the natural realm, you see the safety deposit box and you can't see what's in there.
Yeah.
But in Bitcoin world, everybody sees what's in this box.
Yep.
And so what ends up happening is when I go to pay for my cup of coffee, I tell my Bitcoin an address as to where to go.
Yeah.
That Bitcoin goes and pays for my coffee.
Yep.
Okay? So in every 10 minutes, there has to be, what do they call it? They call it a what is it called? The blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And so these miners have to solve this like incredibly difficult mathematical equation.
Yes.
In order for that transaction to build on the blockchain.
Yeah.
So that's what these miners are doing. They're trying to figure out all of these transactions by this code.
Yeah.
And this code links itself because the first codes have to be the same code as the previous block that was laid. So this is where I was like not coming to understand this. This code builds on the other code, which makes it the block.
Yeah.
And once that code is done, you can't replicate it. You can't use the Doge coin again.
Yeah.
So once it's in there, once it's baked in that blockchain, it cannot be used again. So I thought that's very genius because now, like, and there's everybody can see, like at this point, this day, this was used. So there's safety in that because obviously you're not, it's very transparent with what it is.
It can't be manipulated.
It can't be manipulated. You know exactly what you're buying. Everybody knows what you're buying. You know what I mean?
If it is manipulated, everyone can see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's almost impossible for that to be manipulated because the blockchain builds on each other. So you can't really manipulate it unless you destroy the whole blockchain, which is almost an impossibility.
Yeah.
So when these guys are mining it, they're just helping to do the blockchain.
Yeah.
Which I feel is like a very incredibly smart way of doing money because it really does have you can't really corrupt that.
Yeah.
Do you know, as you would like the dollar.
Yeah.
And so my question to you, okay, after understanding this, is if they think this is gonna go to where it's gonna go, like the new dollar.
Yeah.
There's only a few people, really a small percentage of the world's population that has this amount of Bitcoin available because it's not like, you can't just continue to make it, right?
Yeah. There's a finite amount of Bitcoin.
There's a finite. So like wouldn't we encounter the same? I know they want to decentralize the dollar. This is decentralizing itself from everything else. What is to say that this Bitcoin isn't just going to turn into another centralized banks with like the few owners of it having all of the power and the money?
It would at that point, if Bitcoin would be the currency, it would just be like worth, hundreds of thousands, and people would be paying still $3 for their coffee, but it would be 0.0000000 whatever Bitcoin.
Right.
That's why there's Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies that you can use as well, which Bitcoin is more of like the gold standard of,
because of the chain block, because of the technology behind it.
Exactly.
Right.
But the other cryptocurrencies are also based on that technology.
On the blockchain
technology.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but they're easier to mine than they are than Bitcoin is, and to transact with them it's quicker than with Bitcoin.
Because so I was listening to this guy, and he's like he gives like 5 top crypto things to watch for.
Yeah.
And one of them is called Paint. And this is one of the 5 he says to watch out for. And he's explaining to it, and he just kind of like, it's a very quick show. It's like 20 minutes long. So he's going like just shooting rapid rate. But Paint is somebody creates a mural. A mural. So it's all based on like an actual like artist.
Huh.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I can understand Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But how can there be validity in some of these, like Gary Vee, when Nick was saying, Gary Vee's creating an artwork every day.
NFTs.
Please explain.
Non-fungible tokens.
What?
Non-fungible tokens.
Is that a word? Non-fungible?
Fungible.
Fungible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they can't be funged with. It's a unique, tangible, or intangible, mostly intangible, digital asset like sports cards, virtual real estate.
What?
Digital sneakers, digital clothing. So there's designers from big name like brands that create digital clothing that there's only one of that you can buy, that then you are the owner of. I actually have someone who can explain this to us a little bit better. Do you guys have that video? All right, let's play it.
I don't know what NFTs are. Here's what I think they are. I think it's something that you have, but it's imaginary. You don't really have it. You're just pretending that you do. And you pay a lot of money to pretend that you have something. And it's really because you're now the only person allowed to pretend that you have it. And no one else is allowed to pretend now. So you don't want them to. And that's why you pay money, to pretend that you own something, but you don't really.
There you go.
That's exactly what it is.
Right? So you're the only one that's allowed to pretend that you own this helmet right here. And nobody else, everybody else can have one, but they don't own it. You're the only one who owns it.
You've got to be kidding me. This is like an actual thing.
For example, if I sold like the Apple smiley face emoji, right, as an NFT, somebody would own that, and they would have like the unique code, whatever, that they own this NFT. Everybody else can use it, but you own it. You're the imaginary owner of this digital asset.
Can I charge people to use it?
Probably.
So
Just
then
artwork, you probably could, yeah.
Okay, so then I can see the value in it if I own it digitally. But and then have people purchase it through me.
Yeah.
So I get that. So would that be the same for anything, like any other token, like pretend shoes? That I don't understand. Pretend clothing?
Because how are you going to show that off, Oh, I just paid $1 million for these imaginary Nike sneakers. You're going to want like people talking about it because it's going to increase the value, and then you can sell them again. It's
Who is making this up?
Why not just buy actual art?
Why not? Why not just buy an actual helmet?
Or actual sneakers, yeah.
Seriously.
It's all just like that digital like crypto NFT craze. But the market for NFTs has crashed on 90% since last May. Or since May, beginning of May.
Why is anybody surprised at that? I honestly think so. This concept it must have been made by millennials. It just must have, because this doesn't even make any kind of sense that that's an actual thing.
Christopher says it's actually good for musical and digital artists. Like Tom McDonald spent $1 million to buy the NFT that Eminem wrote, so his song was a beat he thought that. I guess, I mean, if you know, that way you actually own the music, but it's still, I don't know. Like digital real estate, music, okay.
Okay,
art,
digital real estate, that is
digital real
absolutely
estate,
ridiculous.
So you have like a pretend map of the world and you can buy the United States.
You're joking me. There's no way that that's accurate.
I'm pretty sure that's what they have.
This is just a freaking, this is just like, I don't know, this is a game. This
like
has got to be a
said,
game.
You can buy this like valley behind us. This is digital real estate.
If you guys want to buy this, Patrick Franz is selling it for $1 million. This could be your non-fungible token.
Yep.
Non-fungible. I'm going to look that word up. This is ridiculous. How do you spell fungible?
Fungible.
Oh, that's interesting. The Webster's Dictionary of 1828 does not have that word. Because somebody pulled it out of their butt.
Some millennials.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
NFTs have a huge future in video gaming, collecting items that don't disappear with the game. You can sell.
Okay, I understand that then. I understand the digital music, I understand the digital art, and I understand the video games. Yeah. Because I always think about that too. Like now I don't have to go to GameStop to buy a game. I just download it onto my Xbox.
Yeah.
So I always thought that's interesting that that's all just like a file.
But do you actually own it? Because Amazon, in their terms and services, if you buy a movie from them, they can take it away from you.
Well, absolutely. Because like if I lost my passcode.
Yeah.
That information is gone. I have no access to that. It's happened quite a bit of times. So yeah.
Yeah.
And if they put a hold.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever, if they wanted to block my account or ban me.
That's why I still buy VHSs. Just so I have the...
I literally just bought a VHS player.
Seriously?
Yes. It cost me $138. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
But I have my wedding is on VHS. That was only 15 years ago, bro. Don't even look at me like that. I'm like, who? A VHS? I feel like...
Yeah.
That can't be, and it is. I've never watched it. That's why I bought it, and now I lost
that they're that
the freaking
expensive.
thing. Yeah, no, it's like an antique now. So.
Yeah.
I will also offer that as my NFT. If you are looking for a digital VHS, you can contact me. Okay, fungible, of goods contracted for without an individual specimen being specified.
What?
Of goods contracted for without an individual specimen being specified. Able to replace or be replaced by another identical item, mutually interchangeable.
I see. So it's not interchangeable.
It's
There's
not
only one.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
Fungible means not interchangeable. Wait, what?
Interchangeable.
Interchangeable, right.
Yeah.
Not, and then non is not interchangeable.
I did look up Workhorse. I know somebody was asking about it earlier.
Is that the app?
No, Workhorse is a manufacturer of electric UPS trucks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going that way.
So I looked it up, and if they get a contract from like one of the big UPS, USPS, FedEx, if they got a contract from one of them to build them, then it would be a good investment.
Right.
Right now it's fairly cheap at $14. So it might be worth putting some money into it to see if in the future they do get a contract. Mm-hmm. But they already have, UPS already has a contract with a firm called Arrival in the UK for 10,000 trucks. So there's a lot of...
But that's in the UK, no?
Field. There's a lot of competition.
Yeah.
Because traditional truck manufacturers are making electric trucks too. So like Daimler, Chrysler, they're all working on coming out with like whatever version of truck they have, like the Sprinter van.
Yeah.
Making that electric. So they're working on, so it's a crowded field. So unless they have a contract, unless something comes up like that, I don't know if a lot of these companies, like even like Arrival or Workhorse or wherever, gets pushed out of the market eventually or bought up by one of the big companies. So that's what I think of Workhorse, because I saw that they only sold like 6 trucks last quarter. So they need to have some more like firm orders. I know they're still like in their research and development phase, but there should be some news of them. I know that they partnered with, but there needs to be like some orders. That's what I think.
The more I think about this, I feel like I want to revert back to like cassette tapes and VHS tapes.
And instead of online trading, calling your broker.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just walking there. I want a paper trail.
And getting stock certificates.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Because it's just, I mean, one thing collapses and this is done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, and everybody thinks like war,
yeah.
right, has to do with like jets coming in and attacking and, troops on your land. That's not the way it's going to work.
Yeah.
Like there's biowarfare, which I believe we've already just tasted a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But also like these, all it takes is, one click of a button to like make all of that information go. Because we're talking about, when it comes to like crypto and everything else, we're talking about these like pretend things.
Yeah.
So that to me, there's no tangibility to that. This is all just pretend.
Yeah.
So if I invest everything in that and I put all of everything, even with this freaking NFT stuff.
Yeah. But you have, with Bitcoin, you have the ledger.
Right, but it's a digital ledger.
Yes.
Right. So do you know what I mean? Like,
so if somebody shuts off, like if Al Gore flips the switch, and it's
could possibly be. Who knows? There has to be. There's no way that the internet is so secure, because all you need is some Russian hacker to come in and just go put everything.
I think
which the blockchain, I feel like,
because of the blockchain, they can't.
Right, the blockchain,
it's secure.
It's very secure.
With, like, I don't know, it's somebody hacking a central bank or something.
Right.
Like that. Yeah.
Because like when I make a credit card transaction,
mm-hmm.
I'm paying fees every time I use that credit card.
Yeah.
So they they dissolve the middleman so that if I'm paying for my coffee, it's just me paying for the coffee.
Exactly.
And you don't take like a certain amount of out,
Yeah.
Even when I wire money. When I'm a wire money overseas, it's even a bigger chunk.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Are you flying over to Germany to give my money to that pastor? No, you are not. You are doing this. So why am I paying you $65 freaking dollars? Yeah. It's all just, you're literally clicking in the numbers. And it just hit me the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all just code.
But for Bitcoin, there's fees, because the miners get like, when you do a transaction, when I send.
Well, that's the incentive for mining it.
Exactly.
Is they get a little bit of that cut.
Yeah. But they have to solve the equation, so you don't have to use your.
And I think there's I don't know. I think that's fair. Because if you're putting in that amount of energy,
yeah,
because it involves an extreme amount of energy, it's like then you deserve to have, a little cut of that.
But then what about like the SWIFT system? Like if you pay like a wire transfer fee, I don't know if like money goes to, from that goes to SWIFT or not, because they're like basically like the like Visa of wire transfer.
Mm-hmm.
So they would need to have a way to get paid too, because you're using the SWIFT network to send that wire to Germany. So there's always somebody like in the middle. Like with Visa, you have to pay, your Visa fees. And then whatever like merchant processing fees for whatever merchant they use, Square or
Right,
whatever.
like if I use my card, Visa's going to take a chunk,
Yep.
then my bank is going to take a chunk, and then the government takes a chunk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So everybody's having like a chunk of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm left with, but at least with Bitcoin and maybe some cryptocurrencies, I don't know, but at least for Bitcoin, there's it dissolves a lot of the middlemen because it's not just one person that's taking from your money.
Yeah.
You know? So if it's just the Bitcoin, but when it comes to like international fees or like the SWIFT thing, that would eradicate the SWIFT.
But I think eventually with Bitcoin, there because there are processors for like Bitcoin. So I think eventually there are going to be like, you're using our network, we are converting this money for you from whatever into whatever.
But Bitcoin is Bitcoin.
Yes.
So if I give you Bitcoin, then you have to have Bitcoin. So that alleviates the process of converting anything.
Yeah.
So like to me, and then especially like if I wanted to do a transfer, an emergency transfer, I cannot do that at 6 p.m. on Friday.
But you would have, then the entire world would have to use Bitcoin, and they would just have to be Bitcoin. So if you pay for your coffee at Dunkin' with Bitcoin, Dunkin' can't go to Costa Rica to get coffee and pay for it with Bitcoin. They pay for it in US dollars. So they have to convert it. So at some point there will be some sort of like conversion fee, unless it's like globally adopted. So there'll always be a merchant that takes some sort of fee.
Because there are certain stores, even in Germany, that do take Bitcoin like through the app.
Yeah.
So that those transactions are happening through the app.
Yeah.
You know, letting go of everything in
But then
between.
they pay whoever they use, you know, like for example, like a Coinbase, to convert that to euros so that they can buy supplies for their store to keep their business open.
Right.
Yeah.
So that you're saying that's inevitable.
Yeah. That's inevitable, that there's always going to be like some sort of middleman that takes a cut for doing something.
That makes sense. Because I'm like, this is too good to be true.
All right. Should we take a call?
Yes, take a call. Sorry. Can we NTF Nancy Pelosi and send her to the moon?
Fly me to the moon.
412-206-6274. If you have a question, I want you to ask it. Someone's all about the paper trail. Marissa, listen, I get it. I get it. The likes of Bank America and all these other crazy, you know, crazy, greedy, power-hungry companies, you know, I get it, but that's not going to happen. Just a way to move the world in one world government. Yes, this is why we're talking about it. This is why this is part of a Revival Today broadcast. Welcome to the show. Check the market. Who are you and where are you calling from?
PJ Oliveira, Pastor PJ Oliveira from New Jersey.
What's up?
And I hope you guys doing well.
Doing great.
My question is, with Gap, the clothing line, Kanye West signed with Adidas before, and Adidas went crazy, and Adidas was doing so bad and started doing so well after he came with the Easy and all these great good-looking clothes lining for Adidas. And now he's signed with Gap, and they are releasing a new back-to-school line with him, with his signature and his design this summer. Do you think Gap right now is a good investment based on what he did with Adidas?
Gap. I haven't taken a look at Gap. Let me pull them up here real quick.
Your girl's about to buy some shares though. Hold on.
I think anything that, well, they're down about 2.5% today.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Revenue.
Did he really sign? 10-year contract.
Kanye West did? Wow. Let me see here. I mean, they're up 153% over the past year at $30 a share. They have a small dividend, which is good.
I don't see how that wouldn't be a good.
It might not be like a good long term, but there might be some hype around it that you can like make money off of. That's what I think. I'll have to research Gap a little bit more and see if it would be a good long-term play. But if there is hype around it, or if you see it on like Wall Street Bets or something like that, then it would definitely be like worth a play. But I don't know if I would put Gap into like a long-term portfolio.
Let me tell you, it's interesting that you bring Gap up, because I was just thinking to myself, they're closing gaps from left to right. Like they're just it's like you can't find them anymore.
Yeah.
And right after the pandemic hit, all of their clothing was from the season before.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, is Gap going under? Like, they have to do something to, like, breathe some fresh air into it, because I would love going shopping there for my daughter. And I went the other day, and it was absolute crap. It was crusty. I was just thinking, like, where's the creativity here?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that Kanye is now, a part of that. Welcome to Check the Market. Who are you? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Just got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I have a couple of, actually 2 questions. Could you describe to me, you motivated me to take a step of faith, and I opened up a Robinhood account last Tuesday. And they, it didn't cost anything to set it up. What happens on the back end if I sell and retrieve the stock? And then my second question is, what do you think about virtual wallets?
For Robinhood, when you sell the stock, what happens?
Right, on the back end of it. Because I think it's really important for you to let them know, like, once you're selling and trading, like, you're gonna get a fee. They're gonna charge you a fee. Robinhood takes a fee with all the ones that you sell and trade and all that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the year, those things are taxed on. So it would really,
your profit.
Right?
Yeah.
It would really benefit you, and then you can list the percentages, because I'm not, I think it's like 35% if you do whatever. But it should be explained a little bit more, because I know, like, you sticking with a stock and not selling it obviously has a lower tax rate.
Yeah.
So that's what he wants to know. What happens on the back end of those things?
So yeah, when you sell a stock, if you sell it, within a certain time frame, less than 12 months, you get taxed at your regular income tax rate. If you hold it for more than a year, up to 10 years, you get taxed at a capital gains tax rate.
Which would be what?
So it would be like 15%, 20%, whichever bracket you fall into.
And then if it, like my tax rate, or like a normal person's tax rate, what would that be?
A normal person's tax rate for capital gains?
Right.
10 to 15%, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
15%.
And then they do take fees from every transaction.
Robinhood does not charge fees.
They don't.
They don't.
Okay.
Robinhood doesn't charge fees when you trade shares. So they make their money off of you having your money sit there, and then they so when you sell a stock, it can take up to 3 days for it to clear.
Okay.
And then after that, you can withdraw your money. So if you put money into Robinhood, it'll take a couple of days for you to be able to withdraw it.
It took me a lot longer to withdraw.
How long?
Once I was at, like, almost 2 weeks. But this is when all that stuff was happening, and it was,
so
like,
they were
funny.
probably like backed up.
They were. It was just, there was a mass exodus.
Yeah.
But get to the virtual wallet, because I feel that's important.
Virtual wallets, make sure you do your research when it comes to virtual wallets, because there's so many companies out there that, like, go missing or go, bankrupt, and they have great marketing strategies. So make sure that you ask around, ask somebody, look on Twitter, look online to see which ones are the most accepted, which ones are, the ones that we've suggested here are Uphold. We've suggested Coinbase. those are the ones that are a little bit more stable, and you'll have like some protection with it instead of just being some guy with a computer that started a virtual wallet and has no protection, no firewall, no cybersecurity, and things like that can get stolen.
I hope that answered your question, sir. And if you have another question, you can call back. We'd be happy to take it. Is there another call? Welcome to Check the Market. Who are you and where you're calling from?
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm calling from New Mexico.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, big fan of the show. We're new to the stocks, and my husband has been bugging to invest, so I've been listening, and I have questions. I do have a simple IRA with Edward Jones. These may be dumb questions. We're new, sorry. Can I just call them and tell them where to invest my money?
Yes, you can call your financial advisor. I'm not sure with Edward Jones. I've never used them before, so I'm not familiar with their platform. But I know that with a lot of them, you can actually, switch in and out of whatever investments are available to you online. But so I would call the broker or call whatever customer service numbers on your account and ask them like how you can trade stocks in there. And if they say that you can't trade...
Would it be smarter... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Would it be smarter just to do it myself, though? Do like the Cash App that y'all mentioned yesterday or Ally Bank? I don't know who to trust. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I would use something like Robinhood first, just to learn, before I go with like the more advanced TD Ameritrade, Edward Jones, Schwab. Before I go with the more like advanced, because they have a lot of tools that are available to you. So with Robinhood, once you learn about the stock a little bit, read up on it, do some research online, then you can start getting into like the actual trading platforms, and you can trade that way if you really want to get into it. If you just want to do it for retirement, then you can use Edward Jones. They have plenty of index funds, exchange traded funds available that you can invest in for good solid returns, the average. But if you're looking for great returns, you're gonna have to do some trading yourself.
Okay. And did we find anything about the Krispy Kreme IPO? I heard y'all talking about it yesterday. I'm interested.
I haven't found a date on when exactly it's happening. I know that it's in the pipeline. I'm sure we'll hear something shortly on it. Like what exactly the day is going to be, and if it's going to be on Robinhood. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. Is that it?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Y'all.
That's really great advice. Because really, if you're going to these major companies, they're going to take a cut of it too.
Yeah.
So you might as well know what's worth investing in by doing it yourself.
Yeah.
To me, it's like if I'm just telling somebody to do that for me, I don't know. It doesn't. I feel like I'm not invested enough.
With Robinhood, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Because you can just look up the stock, the ticker symbol, and then just how many shares and swipe up and it's done.
Right.
With the other ones, it's more complicated. You got to go in, you got to set all this, set all that. So before you do that, it's better to like know a little bit more about it, so what exactly you're looking for, and you're not doing the wrong thing when you place an order for stocks.
I think it would be a cool idea to have like for you to like break that down, because you're like, you got to do this and you got to do that. Eventually, you have to learn those things.
Yeah.
So maybe we can have like a diagram, and you tell us like break it down as to like what exactly those percentages mean, like the max and the caps and whatever.
Yeah.
And you can take us through. Wouldn't that be cool?
Absolutely.
We didn't even get to the indexes, so
We didn't. We'll save it for Monday.
we'll save it, for Monday. We have guys, good news. For your gift, you are going to receive a handmade mug by yours truly. Patrick handmade this mug. Now, I just want everybody to know that this is an NFT, so this is a digital mug. And for your gift, you are going to be receiving this digital mug. Now, you have the right to this. So you can feel free to electronically pour in your coffee into this imaginary mug.
Your NFT coffee.
Your NFT coffee is going to be available for any gift at any amount just today only, guys, because it's Friday and we want you to be blessed. This is true. This is true. I want you to read that, and I want you to read that again, because that's important for everybody to know, especially about your girl. Please don't take any of my advice when it comes to all things finances. But for any person who donates, for real though, you are going to receive an actual mug. This is a real mug. It's called Check the Market. I wish Patrick's face was on it, but that's neither here nor there. And for your gift of any size donation. So I want you to do that today. If this has blessed you, if this has helped you, I want you to go ahead and give. Sow a seed. Listen, it's important for you to understand money. It's important for you also to give. And this ministry is helping feed 1,000 children now, or is it more? 1,200 children a day. So when you give, you're partnering to see those 1,200 children be fed every single day. So for any amount, I want you to give, and these are the ways to give. You could do #donate with the amount on Facebook for all you Facebook friends. And if you're watching from any other platform, you can go to Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and you can even text RT to 50155. I don't know who does that, text to give.
Our text to give?
Yeah.
It's our main platform that does it.
No, I'm saying, have you ever done text to give?
No.
I feel like that's like a hassle for me. Like, you know what I mean? Because once you text,
Yeah.
it gives you a prompt to put in the information.
Yes.
But after that, like, you can give at any time,
Yeah.
right? So I get that, but I just feel like, no thanks. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Brennan. Brennan has done it. He's offended. Revivaltoday.com/PayPal. And then if you want to give by cryptocurrency, maybe you have Paint. Who even knows what the heck that is? Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, whatever you got. If you want to give, that's the code to do it. And we are accepting cryptocurrencies. So swipe. And if you want to give by mail, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. Listen, if you want to redeem this mug, you want to claim your offer, you have to do it at revivaltoday.com/offer for that. And that's for anybody who's giving on Cash App, Venmo, anything. We need to know that you want this mug. So go to revivaltoday.com/offer. I'm so happy that you tuned in. Hopefully this has been a blessing to you because, listen, I'm growing. I'm learning. This is just week 1, sir. And I feel like I feel wrinkles in my brain that weren't there before. And I want to thank you. And if it's helped you, I want you to follow Patrick Franz on Instagram. His username is PM Franz. And he checks it once a year. So if you want your questions asked, he's going to answer them once a year. We don't know what day that is, but you're welcome. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. See you on Monday.
See ya.